So welcome to the meal prepping webinar. And have you ever heard a goal without a plan is just a wish? Odds are not only have you heard this, but you have in one way or another probably experienced this. Here is a nutrition coach confession, which may surprise some of you that know me. I struggled with my nutrition, and the reason was not because I didn't know what to do, but because I failed to plan. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Tony Wynyard from Habits and Health. And as I said, welcome to this nutrition talk. We're going to discuss 5 easy steps to meal prepping like a pro. Or in other words, 5 easy steps to turn that wish into a goal with the right plan. So I believe something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated, as nutrition is the foundation to everything we do. And the foundation to our nutrition is having a great plan. So while I struggle with these slides. So let's circle back to my confession. As I stated, I knew the right foods to eat, but I wasn't always making it easy to make the right choices. Have you ever had a long day at work or just out running errands, and the last thing you want to do is figure out what is for dinner when you get home? Have you ever got home just to realize that you didn't remember to defrost the meat that you wanted to cook? Or you've just skipped out on making a vegetable to save time and have one less thing to chop? Now, I've been there. This led to an easy mindset shift of, okay, let me just order some food instead. Or I'll just eat this bag of crisps instead. Maybe those cookies staring at me in the pantry, or that frozen pizza I bought a couple of days ago. So if you have been there, and I'm guessing most of you have, this nutrition talk is for you. Meal prepping for success is a must to our health and our wellness goals. In fact, a study published in the International Journal of Behavioral Nutrition and Physical Activity in 2017 found that meal planning is associated with some really great benefits, such as having a higher overall food variety and quality. But more specifically, it was associated with lower odds of being overweight and obese. So if it is so important, let's see what those 5 easy steps are. So step 1, pick 3 staple recipes that look good to you. What are the kind of real staple things that to have in your diet? So step 1 requires a little bit of research. Oh, we've got someone else coming in, just let them in. So yeah, step 1 requires a little bit of research, but this is the fun part. Imagine if you had planned for and prepped 1 breakfast, 2 meals with a focus on protein, and 1 starchy side dish. Not only do you have some tasty food to look forward to, but it will be easier on those busy days when you just don't have enough energy to plan out the meal. Now, if you front load some work, will make your future self very happy. So if you aren't sure where to start, I'm in the process of adding some amazing recipes to my website. And they're already broken down into categories for you. And let's look at a few of those recipes. But although not all of these are yet on my site, I can send you any recipes you'd like in the meantime. It doesn't seem to be showing on the slide. I'm not sure why that's not showing. But so one of them is Amish oatmeal. It's really easy to make, and it's a favorite of a lot of people. You can add your favorite nuts and seeds, fruit, and a bit of milk to enjoy. Or if you love eggs, you can try egg muffins. It's a great go-to breakfast for those rushed mornings and a great place to add in a little bit of vegetables. And who says you can't enjoy sweets when eating healthily? If you are a fellow chocolate lover, you have to try the double chocolate overnight oats. The yogurt gives it a really smooth consistency that you don't normally expect from oatmeal. So this doesn't seem to be shown either. I don't know what's going on with these slides, but so balanced and healthy snacks are easy to forget about as we mindlessly grab processed snacks in the pantry. Instead, plan out some fruits like apples or bananas with your favorite nut butter or seed butter, or maybe some grapes with a few almonds on the side. And again, having these options already easy to grab will help you choose more of these healthful food options throughout your day. Now, do you often have a busy day on the go? Maybe not at the moment with this whole COVID lot, but in a normal situation, are you out quite a lot going to different places? Be sure to have some snacks ready for that. A few great examples are low sugar Greek yogurts, RX bars or perfect bars, turkey jerky with fruit, or deli meat rolled with avocado and bell peppers. They're all some great solutions to have for when you haven't got a lot of time. And lastly, that starchy side dish. And this is one of my favorite parts of the meal. This may be something like garlic mashed cauliflower, rice, or even this delicious and easy to make roasted butternut squash. And just adding that little dash of cinnamon makes this a dish that everyone craves. Now, as you start to pick out your recipes, remember to take inventory of the tools that you have. Because one mistake I see is not being efficient with your time because you're constantly waiting for one dish to finish before starting the next. For example, if you only have one crock pot, you won't pick out 2 crock pot meals to make. Imagine if you had a crock pot chicken going, the egg muffins or Amish oatmeal in the oven, one dish on the stove like the egg roll in a bowl, and overnight oats for the fridge. Not only will you have a full fridge of meals for the week, but you will have done all this at the same time efficiently rather than taking all day to prep. Now, some favorite tools in the kitchen include a large mixing bowl, a crock pot, an air fryer, a muffin tin, and some roasting pans. So next we have to, step 2 is plan your staples, snacks and veggies. These are some of the staples. So once you have a few recipes made, we can then pair these with veggie staples for a complete meal. So maybe you're a big fan of roasted broccoli at dinner, or maybe some carrots with bell peppers and hummus at lunch with some meatloaf muffins. Balanced and healthy snacks are easy to forget about as we just kind of mindlessly grab processed snacks in the pantry. Instead, plan out some fruits like apples or bananas with your favorite nut butter or seed butter, or maybe grapes with a few almonds on the side. And having these options already easy to grab will help you choose more of these healthy food options throughout your day. So step 3 is do an inventory of your pantry and your fridge. So have you ever gotten excited about a meal and then realized that you're missing one ingredient? Or worse, have you ever just gotten home from shopping to find you forgot that one thing when you were just out? This can be really frustrating and cause us to lose our motivation and choose more convenient processed foods. And one easy way to avoid this is by doing an inventory of what you have and what you will need for the whole week using those staples that you've already picked out. And so this involves creating a grocery list. Because once you have this grocery list is something that it's often overlooked, especially if we get into the routine of buying the same things every time. And that can lead to overstocking on something that you then end up throwing out. So taking the time to plan first before you shop will help you stay focused and ensure you are buying what you really need. The great way to write a list is by writing out your proteins, your veggies, your fruits, and your starchy carbs, as well as the miscellaneous items that you need, things like those go-to snacks. So step 4 is going grocery shopping, actually going out to the shop. So this seems like an obvious next step, but Now we are fully ready to hit the aisle with our list in hand. And the first pro tip I would give is stick to the list. And the second pro tip, don't go shopping when you're hungry. That is a very dangerous move. Way too many bags of crisps and biscuits have been bought on an empty stomach. To stay focused on your list, try to stick to where you can find lean meats and other whole foods such as fruits and veggies and maybe dairy. Before you add it to your grocery cart, be sure to take a look at the nutrition label. It's a common mistake not looking at the label to make an informed choice. Have you ever wondered why certain foods or snacks have that packaging placing in the store where they're positioned and certain health claims? Because there are people that make a lot of money to create eye-catching products that encourage you to buy it. Now, this has to do with the colors, the placing, and just about everything else about the product. And we don't realize it. It's all subconscious. This gets even worse with the confusing health claims that may persuade you to add something to your cart. Now, here's a great example. You see a product that says reduced sugar. At first, this seems like, well, this is a really healthy choice because it has reduced sugar. But this claim is just saying, for example, that it has 25% less sugar than the original product. Now, if this is a strawberry Pop-Tart, and we've got someone else coming in, let me just pause. Where is he gone? Oh, he's disappeared. There was someone else there just now. No. So yeah, so just say, for example, strawberry Pop-Tart. And the original one has 30 grams of sugar per package, meaning a package with reduced sugar would have about 23 grams of sugar. So yeah, it's got reduced, but not a whole lot. We've got someone else coming in here, yeah. So it is reduced, but that's nearly, you're still going to get about 23 grams of sugar. And the recommended amount of sugar per day is about 24 grams for women and no more than 36 grams per day for men. So that's nearly a full day's worth of sugar, even though it sounds healthier with reduced sugar. So just say hi to Bill, who we just seen come in.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm working, so I hope you don't mind while I listen in while I'm driving.
No problem.
Gases around.
No problem. I'm going to put you on mute, Bill, while we carry on. So let's go to the next slide, actually looking at nutrition facts labels. So how do you read a nutrition label? So first, if you look at the serving information, all the following information is based on that one serving. So did you know that a serving of ice cream is only about half a cup? It's not that entire pint that's in that packaging. So let's go back to understanding proper portions as step number one. Next, we should look at how many calories per that serving. So this is going to tell you how much energy you will get from food, because calories are just providing energy to your body. They're not good and they're not bad. And next, we want to look at the details, starting with saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. And we want to find products that are minimally processed, which will be lower in all three of those, in saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. You'll also find micronutrients like vitamin D, calcium, iron, and so on. And you need to look at the percentage daily value. This is the percentage of the daily value for each nutrient in the food, because this will help you understand if a product is good for a certain micronutrient, or if it is high in fat or another macronutrient. So I'll leave you with this pro tip regarding reading labels. When looking at the ingredient list, they are listed in order of abundance. So if you see corn syrup first or second, that means it has more sugar than anything else. So step 5 is meal prepping. And how many times have you gotten all the foods, but then it goes bad in the fridge, and you bought something and it's only been in the fridge a day or two, and all of a sudden it's already gone bad? We've all done this at some point, maybe more than we'd like to admit. So a great tip is blocking out time after you go shopping, after you've been to the grocery, after you've been to the supermarket, whatever, to prep your meals. Once you get home, block out an hour to bring everything in and just dive right into preparing the meals and the snacks that you plan for. Get the crock pot ready for that pulled chicken if you're going to do something like that. Get the oven started for the egg muffins. Start rinsing and chopping those fruits and veggies to make them just as convenient as any processed pre-packaged foods. So remember from earlier that timing is everything. It's absolutely essential. You wouldn't plan to make 2 crock pot meals if you only have 1 crock pot, right? So be sure to plan for the foods you can make simultaneously to become your most efficient. So be sure so here's a great example. So if you're number 1, you start some pulled chicken, which is 10 minutes prep and about 4 hours cooking. Number 2, you cut some veggies for some egg muffins and you start the oven. And then step 3, you bake some egg muffins for about 25 minutes. Step 4, while those are in the oven, you get the stove heating to make the egg roll in a bowl. That takes no more than about 15 minutes. And then step 5, as everything is finishing up their cook times, you go back, you finish rinsing, chopping, and portioning out those fruits and veggies for the week. But be sure to place them front and center of the fridge to remind you and everyone else in the house to reach for those first before any processed foods. So if you need variety throughout your week, find different sauces or seasonings to add, as well as different complementing sides to help you feel as though you're eating a variety of foods and flavors each day. So for example, if I did make that pulled chicken in the crock pot on Monday, I may add that to brown rice with roasted broccoli. Tuesday, I could turn that into a chicken taco or fajita. Wednesday, I could add this into a wrap, and then Thursday, maybe it goes into a soup or a casserole. So here you can see 5 easy ways to use the same ground turkey throughout the week for those who are rushed on time. I want you to feel excited about the food you're eating, love your food while saving time, reducing waste, and incorporating some variety into all of this. So I hope you took a lot from this nutrition talk today, because so many people struggle to meal prep and end up avoiding it as they think they need to eat the same thing every day or spend all day in the kitchen. And with these 5 easy steps, you can feel confident and set yourself up for success. So again, thanks for joining me. We're going to do some questions now. If you are looking for additional help to dive into your nutrition, to reach those short goals, long-term goals, be sure you can schedule a free intro with me anytime. If you want to talk about maybe working with me as a nutrition coach. But that's the end of the actual presentation. So let me stop.